Today I'm going to teach you how to use the strongest attack strategy at Town Hall 9. Zap Dragons is unbelievable and you can get 3 stars easily. Here is the army composition for Zap Dragons. 3 troops, 3 spells. You're not going to need those CC troops. I'm pretty sure I won't use them the entire video. And my heroes aren't maxed either. You do not need max heroes to get 3 stars. In terms of the hero equipment, you can see that for the Minion Prince there. And that's what we're using for the Archer Queen. You do need this Giant Arrow level 9. Doesn't really matter what level the Invis Vial is, but you want the Giant Arrow maxed because we're about to take down some air defenses. Right now I'm going to teach you exactly how to use this army. So there's 4 air defenses on a base. You see one here, one here, one here, and one here. And what we're going to use the Giant Arrow on our Archer Queen to remove 2 of them. Now, the way we pick which ones you go for is we've got 1 Quake spell and 6 Lightning to remove the final 2 air defenses. But this Quake spell needs to hit both air defenses. So if we used our Giant Arrow, let's change the color. If we used our Giant Arrow to get rid of these, then we wouldn't be able to take down these final 2 air defenses because the Quake cannot hit both of them at the same time. So what am I going to do? You can see on the top side, we've got the Archer Queen. We use the Giant Arrow there to get rid of both of those, and then look at the Quake spell here. We hit both air defenses with it, so I use 3 lightning on one of them and 3 lightning on the other, and now there's no air defenses left on the base. Now, the sweepers are going to be annoying in this attack, and I've deliberately set up the worst defensive CC to run into with this army to try and make it as tough as possible to get the 3-star, but it's not going to matter because there simply put is not enough damage on the base. You use the 2 baby dragons on the flank to make sure your dragons go inside the base. Then you put your Minion Prince down. Then your balloons, because we want our balloons to be alive in the center of the base because that's where most of the air traps are, and the balloons are there to take the air traps. They do a lot of damage, but the main thing is right there, you saw it. That balloon in the center pulled the Seeking Air Bomb. I think we're about to pull another trap. Yep. I'd much rather the traps hit my balloons than my dragons, because the dragons are the real tank in this unit, and they're going to be alive to the very end. The loons are not going to make it that long. I use the Minion Prince ability in the core of the base. You want to use it to slow down as many defenses or heroes as possible. You can also use it against the defensive CC troops if you want. And then, yeah, look at this. This is wrecked. Now, I'm not going to use my CC in this attack, but generally, if you do need your CC, you're going to use your loons that are in the clan castle on the back end of the base with the haste spell, and you're going to send them to get a specific target down. Generally, you want to go for expos, or if you messed up your Giant Arrow and didn't hit 2 air defenses, then you're going to use those loons to remove the back end air defense. But as you can see, we don't need them here. We still got plenty of dragons up. Comprehensive 3-star. If you're thinking to yourself you're not good enough with the Giant Arrow to consistently get 2 of them, well, neither am I, but we're still going to be able to get a 3-star. So these 2 air defenses were close to each other, so these are the 2 that I'm going to use the zap on, and unfortunately that last air defense is going to stay alive. Now, I'm being patient here because I want this Archer Queen to step forward, because if I'm going to hit the air defenses, I may as well hit the Archer Queen as well. So we get rid of her there, and then the final 3 there, and look, there is still an annoying part of the base left here, but there's really not much that can stop this many dragons, even though we left this air defense up. Now, you might say, well, you didn't get the air defense, but you got the 2 sweepers. Both of them were facing the wrong way anyway. So, didn't really matter in the end, did it? We get all the dragons. Look at how good the funnel is here from the 2 baby dragons. And we're going straight in. I use my rage on the left-hand side because my Minion Prince is on the right-hand side, and I'm very confident in what he can do. You can see, yet again, those loons are picking up Seeking Air Mines. And if they pick up Seeking Air Mines, yeah, there's not really much that can stop this army. And as you can see here, we get rid of that last air defense. Unfortunately, the Minion Prince ability goes off because a Seeking Air Mine hits. But the slowdown effect of the Dark Orb is nice, and we also get the Henchman Puppet. Both of those super minions, whatever they are, the henchmen, going through the base, and they will tank any traps from here on in. And yet again, no clan castle is needed. But you might be thinking, this is on the regular mode of the game. This is too easy, and I agree with you. Let's do this attack in hard mode, see if that makes a difference. I think you all know the answer, that it won't make a difference, but let's find out for ourselves. For proof on how hard the Giant Arrow is to use, look at this. I only get 1 air defense with that. Not really good enough, particularly because we're coming in on hard mode. Now, on the rare case where 2 air defenses can't be taken down with a lightning quake, then you could drop the haste spell in this army and bring a second quake spell, and then you just use 3 zaps and 1 quake on each of the air defenses, and that way you're guaranteed to get 2 of them down. But it is very, very rare that that is the case. So we got all the dragons coming in here. This defensive CC has been a pain. Look, my queen gets completely wrecked. The headhunter's coming back over, and obviously that's going to deal with the minion prince. But you see right here, I think I use the minion prince ability right now, any second now, because we want to use that dark orb to slow down all the important defenses. In fact, I should have used the super minion ability earlier, because that would have slowed down the other expo too. So the minions coming through, and you can see the difference that hard mode makes. Now, for those of you who don't know what hard mode is, it's just a modifier you can put on friendly wars or friendly challenges, like you see here, that makes the game more difficult. Your heroes aren't as strong. The defensive heroes are a little bit stronger, but mainly all the defenses do an extra 20% DPS, which is a lot. It is a lot, and you can see the difference it has made here, because my troops are quite low, but yet again, I haven't used the clan castle troops. And although it gets extremely close in the end, I want to remind you that I've got 6 balloons and a haste spell in my back pocket, and that's why I love this attack strategy. More than any other army at Town Hall 9, it does not require the clan castle. So if you've got lousy clanmates who are never giving you the troops, that's fine. You're still going to be able to get 3 stars with this army, even in war. Speaking of war, here is a war attack I did. So let's see what I do with the giant arrow. So I go over here, we get 2 air defenses. I get really lucky here. I hit the defending archer queen. That was not what I was going for at all, but some of the time it just works out in your favor, and look at how decimated this base is. There's only 1 sweeper, and there's no air defenses or enemy archer queen. And now you know what we're going to do. We put both the baby dragons on the funnel to make sure our dragons go into the center, then dragons into the center with balloons and the minion prince, and this is crushed. Even though, look at this defensive CC, right? This is such a toxic defensive CC to deal with. Doesn't really matter. The dragons go straight through it. Now, if you want, you can bring a poison spell with this army, in case you're scared of running into some really annoying defensive CCs, like you're going to see here. This does get a little awkward. My dragons are just chasing skeletons at this point. But the army overkills bases, and it's not going to make a massive difference bringing a poison spell. I think it's better to bring the haste spell, but I mean, do I even need it in this video? No. Not gonna use it once. We still have so many dragons alive in the core of the base, and that is a definitive guide on this attack strategy. Now, if you want, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have in the comments down below. Fire any questions at me. There are no dumb ones. Happy to get back to you all, but I think this is pretty self-explanatory, going through everything, and it's not just Town Hall 9. I'm going to do the top attack strategy for every Town Hall. So we're starting at Town Hall 9 this week. If you're more of a Town Hall 10 or a Town Hall 11 player, we'll be back probably next week with Town Hall 10. And I'm just going on these deep guides on how to use the armies and dominate. And this army is insane. No CC used, didn't even use the rage spell here. And I count 6 dragons left up on the battlefield.